All right. Good evening and good night, and welcome to the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. It is Thursday, August 11, 2016. My name is David, a.k.a. Kimba, a.k.a. Christian, alongside
Soup.
Yeah, Soup, we back?
Yes, I.
Just want to say that this is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. We do have a telephone number, 340-201-9005. You can also text us on that number as well. But most importantly, you have to go to our website, streaming live from the vi.com. Go to that website, click on the tab that says Watch Us Live, and you will be able to see the show tonight. We do have some special guests in the studio as well. If you're too shy to call or text, we have email, streaming live from the vi@yahoo.com. Hit us up an email, it'll pop up right here. Be sure to get your comment or your question on the show tonight. For our guest tonight, we've all heard this. We are in the high-tech, low-tech studio, coming to you from an undisclosed location here in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. No radio or TV, internet only, which means you have to get your Android, your iOS, your tablet, your iPad, your Mac, Windows, or Linux PC. Open up your browser, type in streaming live from the vi.com, and you will be able to see the show tonight. All our recorded live shows are on YouTube and Ustream.tv. Just search for our channel, It's Your Perspective Talk Show. We got 2 Facebook pages. Want to give a quick shout out to CHS Class of 1982. That's the year that Soup and I are representing. But most importantly, to all our past guests, thanks for being on our show tonight. We're on Twitter as well. Tweet with us at VI Perspective. We're moving straight forward and up, Soup. The show's mission is just to inform, entertain, and empower everyone. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Maggie's Party Decor and Supersonic Computer Services and Added Touch Boutique here in Sunny Isles Shopping Center Mini Mall here in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. Thanks for supporting our show. And Soup, you ready?
Yes, I.
Bless that mic, man.
Greetings and good night to all. Hope everyone had a blessed night and a blessed day and a greater night. The greatest secret in life is that reality is nothing more than illusion. The physical world does not exist outside of our own belief system and the filter of our own mind. We are, in fact, subparticles of the Creator experiencing creation itself. But as subparticles of the Creator, we have also swayed over these creation. Everything you have experienced in life, every event, occurrence, object, or person, is nothing more than a figment of your own thoughts, beliefs, and words. The problem is, most of us are still asleep. The problem is, most of us are still asleep. When you understand this, your entire world shifts and you come to realize the true meaning of life is thus like a lucid dream. We have total control.
Yes, sir, Soup. Thanks for blessing us again. Soup for blessing us from the very beginning. So as we move on here real quick, we do have some special guests in the studio. They're returning again. There they are right there. This is the Rotary Clubs of St. Croix. You guys wave to the crowd. Your viewers, friends, family are seeing you live right now. So how you guys doing?
Wonderful.
Fine, and you?
Okay. Introduce yourselves.
Francis Danby.
Make sure your mic, that red light is on your mic there.
It is.
Okay, make sure you're okay. And tell us who you are.
Francois Dominique, President, Rotary Club, Medal.
Okay.
Hey. My name is Marcel Galabert. I am currently the Assistant District Governor. I am the District Governor's representative here on St. Croix for all of the 4 clubs of St. Croix. But my home club is also the Rotary Club of St. Croix Mid-Isle.
Okay.
And good evening to everyone. Sandra Gerard Leung, and I'm president of the Rotary Club of St. Croix.
Okay.
All right. Thanks you guys for coming out. And so you guys have like several things happening around here, around the island of St. Croix, going on. So I guess I'll just kind of let you guys kind of start. We have 4 things listed here, but you guys can sort of start where you think is best.
Okay, just to give you a little bit of an introduction to Rotary. Rotary was founded in 1905 by Mr. Paul Harris. That was 111 years ago. And ever since then, Rotary has been all about giving back to the community. As of today, there are 33,000 clubs throughout the world, and there are about 1.2 million people that are part of Rotary. and throughout the world again. And what we do is we are like-minded people, usually business people, and we like to give back to the community. And we're going to, today what we're going to do is talk about what the 4 clubs on St. Croix do to give back to the community.
Okay.
As well, not only the local community, but the world community.
Right.
We
Okay.
do things outside of St. Croix also.
Okay.
Okay.
And did you all want to?
All right. My club has some interesting things happening this year. The club decided that we wanted to work with a school, and we decided Juanita Gardin would be one of those schools. So we have adopted the Juanita Gardin School, and we are asking everyone in this community that doesn't have a child in school, or if you do at Juanita Gardin, and you're free to please come out on September 6th and welcome the children of Juanita Gardin back to school. We are going to be working with them throughout the year. We're starting a early act Rotary Club in the school. So we're going to have a group of children from kindergarten through 6th who are going to have their own Rotary Club in the school. We are going to be giving them school supplies. We're going to be doing a little bit of maintenance around the school. We're going to set up a garden. We've already planted some fruit trees. And then the Rotarians in my club are going to donate 1 day a week to go in at lunchtime and work with the children, play with the children, talk to the children, mentor the children, especially the 30 minutes after lunch. So it's going to be a fun year. We know that the children have already seen us there. They're really happy. We want to work with them with their library. So anyone who's interested, you can give us a call or go on our Facebook page, Rotary Club of St. Croix, and find out what's going on the first day. But we really want those children to understand there are people in this community that care about them, that think about them, and want a great future for them.
Is September 6th the first day of school?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And what we want to do is a red carpet. We want to have people there come in, find a child or children, walk them to their classrooms, say to them, you know, we're going to support you, we're going to be here for you, and just have a great school year.
Okay, great start to the school year.
Is this the first school you ever adopted, Sandra?
What was that?
Is this the first school the Rotary has adopted?
Well, other Rotary clubs have adopted other schools. This is the first school that we are adopting. And again, I'm Sandra Girard-Leong, president of the Rotary Club of St. Croix.
Okay, again, my name is Marcel. I'm the Assistant District Governor, and as you may probably not know, the Rotary year starts July 1st versus everybody else is used to the year starting January 1st. Our year goes from July 1st to June 30th of the following year. And every year, most clubs and as well as the Rotary itself changes leadership each year.
Right.
This year, our Rotary International President, his name is John F. Germ, and he's from the United States. Next year's president will be from Australia, and the year after that, I'm not sure where they're from, but we already know what the succession is for
Right.
that. The other leadership, what we have is we have the international president, and then locally, for our district, we have a district governor, and we change that person every year also. The district governor this year is from Jamaica, and his name is Haresh Ramchandani, and he'll be serving again from July 1st through June 30th of this year. And as Assistant District Governor, I am his representative here on St. Croix. St. Thomas is part of our district, and they have their own Assistant District Governor, who is Marston Winkles, and then Tortola, and so on and so on. They all each have assistant district governors.
Okay.
Another thing that we do, as far as friendship is concerned, we here within the Virgin Islands, we have in conjunction kind of with the USVI BVI Friendship Day, we do our own Rotary USVI BVI Friendship Day. And what we do is we rotate that every year. 1 year it's in St. Thomas,
Okay.
1 year it's in Tortola, then next year it's in St. Croix. Then we go back
We'll go
again.
again.
Next year, this year rather, it's in St. Thomas,
Okay.
and that will be on October 22nd.
And what takes place on that day?
And what we normally do, it's one thing Rotary is about fellowship.
Okay.
And what we do is, because it'll be in St. Thomas, hopefully a lot of Tortolians and a lot of Crucians will go over to St. Thomas
Okay.
for like a beach day. And we just go over for the day and we hang out and we have fun.
Okay.
And that's part of Rotary. And that, you know, in addition to us giving back to the community, we do it as a
family.
fellowship and, you know, a way to fraternize with people,
Okay.
with, you know, like-minded people. And it makes it fun giving back to the community. That being said, as I said, Rotary is 111 years old now. About 11 years after Rotary was founded, they founded the Rotary Foundation.
Okay.
And what the Rotary Foundation is over the years they've been putting money in, Rotarians have been putting money into a foundation and building it up. And I believe it's well over the foundation money that's available, well, not available, but that has been saved up is well over $1 billion.
You said
And-
$1 billion?
Well over $1 billion. And what they do is they take money that Rotarians donate to the foundation to add to the foundation, but then a certain portion of the interest that is earned off of that is used to give back to the community.
Okay.
And what we can do as Rotary clubs and so on, you can apply for foundation grants. And if things are done right, if we have the right, if we do our paperwork right and we find a good enough project that they deem,
Right.
you know, good enough,
Yes.
we can get anywhere from $30,000 to over $100,000 in money to come back to do a particular project.
Right.
And in addition to that, back in 1985, I believe it was, they started the polio eradication.
Polio?
Yes, to eradicate polio. And since then, we've actually put in over $1 billion
Okay.
into eradicating polio. And as I understand it, today is the second anniversary of polio of Africa, the whole continent of Africa being polio free.
Polio free, okay.
Okay, and once we get to today, next year, with no more incidents of polio, they will be completely declared polio free.
Is Africa one of the most dominating parts of the globe that has polio?
Actually, it was Nigeria was the last nation that had it
Okay.
2 years ago.
Okay.
And right now, as of 2 years ago, there were 4 countries. I believe it was Nigeria, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India.
Uh-huh.
I think the last 2 right now are Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Okay.
Unfortunately, due to politics and stuff like that, and some of the conflicts that are going on there, it makes it difficult for Rotarians to go in and actually to help vaccinate.
Okay.
But Nigeria has been polio free. India's been polio free. India's been polio free for more than 5 years.
Okay.
So they are polio free. The only problem is, of course, the problem with polio is that one person could carry it someplace.
Else.
And you know, if they don't keep attacking it, someone could actually bring it here or bring it back to Africa or whatever, and you'd have to start the process back over again.
So you keep the education going and everything like that.
Yes.
And you know what's interesting is young people looking at the show and young people that we talk to, they don't understand what polio is. When we were growing up, we knew what polio was and is, and we'd see persons who had it.
Right.
But you know, it's a paralyzing and potentially fatal disease that still threatens children in some parts of the world. And the polio virus invades the nervous system and can cause total paralysis in a matter of hours.
Wow.
So it can strike at any age, but mainly affects children under the age of 5. It is incurable, but completely vaccine preventable. So it is really important that children get vaccinated against polio, because there are some people on the island who have had polio, and you know, some of them, they walk with a limp, others they walk with braces, others are in a wheelchair. But young children, when you say to them, have you ever heard of polio? And they're like, what's that? So we have to explain it to them so they understand.
But it's a pretty routine thing here to get vaccinated for it. Growing up, it's the third world countries where the third world countries are, you know, the ones that, you know, it may not be that well disseminated amongst the population. So
in the United States, it's mandatory, right? Every newborn should get a shot.
Yes. I'm not sure what age. I don't think it's newborn.
Yeah, it's newborn.
It is newborn.
And then at
Okay,
18
okay.
months,
Yeah,
they give another one.
Follow-up, yeah.
But then again, we do have parents who don't want their children vaccinated.
Correct.
Right.
So for those, you know, they aren't vaccinated and they could have the polio disease.
Yeah.
You never know. So
And it's something, if I remember correctly, it's something that can be found in the dirt and stuff like that. So that's something that, you know, kids can pick up. So,
Okay.
you know.
And if I may add that part of the difficulties in eradicating polio is because some in the war areas, as Marcel said, in the less developed countries, particularly where there is war, and religion has something to do with that, as we know,
Right.
that the Muslim world very much against that, and so they have, in some cases, attacked even the people who are going out and doing the vaccination, and
Did you-
even security people
Right.
have been killed also.
Okay.
So actually, there are two countries right now, I think, where Pakistan and Afghanistan. These are the two countries that are holding out, where we still have incidents.
You can't go into administer to, you can't go into,
I don't think it's I don't think it's necessarily the religion. It's more the lack of education.
okay.
And you know, when you've got all these different factions in like Pakistan and so on, each community has a different leader, and you as a leader of one little town might say, okay, come in, but then the town next to you
door won't let
is
you
like
allow.
totally against it or whatever. And you have people who think that, you know, they're trying to sterilize the kids or something like that,
Right.
and do something nefarious.
Sinister
So-
or whatever.
so, and then, so we've one thing we're doing on that vein this year, and we did it last year locally here in St. Croix, is that the 4 clubs we got together last year, and we lit up the fort with our polio eradicate polio logo.
Okay.
The Rotary logo for eradicating polio, so that we can get out just get out the word, so that, you know, we can hopefully raise money, get people to, you know, to donate towards that cause.
Okay.
And it's one of those things that, you know, if we don't have polio, it's better for everybody.
Yes. Is it, as you said, is it present anywhere in the Caribbean right now, to your knowledge?
No.
Okay.
That's the thing. There, as we said, it's only present right now in Afghanistan
and Pakistan. Okay, gotcha.
And that day, what we're going to do is we're going to be lighting up the fort again.
What day is this?
This year, and that will be on October 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a nice, colorful display when I saw the pictures. So it's going to be the same colors this year?
Yes. We have a particular logo that it's called End Polio now. It's a logo that we have. That,
Okay.
Rotary has. And from what I understand, last year we had total, I'm not sure how many years ago, but 20, 30 years ago, we had as many as like 3 or 4 million polio cases a year.
A year.
And last year we had, I think, about 54.
Mm-hmm.
And this year we've had 16 so far. and this is just in Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Understand. Okay.
So the order of magnitude,
It's really,
you know, it's come down quite a
Right.
bit. And once we get it down to zero, and that in Pakistan and Afghanistan, 0 for 3 years, then they consider it eradicated.
oh, okay.
Okay.
And we just need to keep educating people on
That's what I was
it.
about to ask you. If this is the education, is the ads keep going out? Is
There
still
are
discriminating?
Yes.
there are ads, there's
PSAs.
information, there's PSAs. We talk about it all the time, and we will just continue talking about it. And that's that one day that we light up the fort. We are, you know, we're asking the people in the community to come out. We're going to be giving out flyers and information,
Okay.
but just come and talk to us about it. If you don't know anything about it, just come on out and support the 4 Rotary clubs
Right.
as we light up the fort and really educate and inform people on what's going on.
Okay.
And then also with the, as I mentioned before, the Rotary Foundation this year is celebrating its 100th year.
Right.
So
that's a
part
big-
of that, if you give to, you can actually look up Rotary.org, and anyone can go in and donate if they want to. You can actually donate specifically towards the end polio
The
now.
end of polio, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
How do the community here respond to your drives with polio?
I'm sorry?
How do the community here respond?
Well, I think last year we lit up the fort. That was the first time we did that,
Uh-huh.
and it was pretty good. Myself and the secretary for the Rotary Club of St. Croix, we were out on the road, handing out flyers, and we didn't have any problems with people stopping and
Okay.
you know trying to find out
Find out what's going on.
what it was all about.
Okay.
So,
The trouble is sometimes unless the situation is in our community
Right.
directly, it does not impact us. Sometimes we don't understand, we not feel, or
Yes.
we may not be sensitive to it. I mean, when you speak of Pakistan and Afghanistan, way out there.
Across the
and
world.
we are 100% eradicated here. So we may be a little less, you know, sensitive. to it.
Sensitive, right, right.
So the education is to let people, the community, our community, be aware that this exists over there. And as Marcel said, just one person with that infection can come across
Cross.
in this agent 8 and fly over here.
Yes.
And so we have it. So we have to be constantly monitoring vaccine, the newborns, to prevent this from
Happening. Okay.
just think of it, you know, how when you travel from here or you travel anywhere, and the customs forms that you have to fill out, and they
Yes.
ask you if you were in contact with cows, you know, something like that, because the what is it, the foot and mouth disease?
Disease, yeah.
Yeah, and stuff like that, and you have to be careful about transporting stuff
Back
from
over
one place to the
borderlines,
other.
right.
Well,
So,
in today's environment, I think we would be more concerned about Zika because it is right here at home.
At home, exactly.
And
Yeah.
so everybody's sensitized
Yes, yes.
to this situation.
So for this 100-year anniversary that's coming up, is there anything specially besides the polio that the Rotary Club going to be doing?
well, the Rotary Foundation, that's the 100th anniversary of the Rotary Foundation, and the 4 clubs will be getting together to do, we'll be doing something with that as far
Okay.
as that's concerned, but not necessarily a public
A public.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, in this regard, every year we have a national convention, is it?
Yes,
It is
international
the
convention,
International
yes.
convention.
Mhm.
And this year it will be in
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And specifically, the observation will be the celebration of the 100 years
Yes.
of Rotary.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Of the
that's
Rotary
where-
Foundation.
Foundation.
Yes. Mhm.
Rotary
Right.
Foundation,
Foundation.
that's where.
So how
And-
can one apply for the foundation to
Oh,
get?
to donate, you
Right.
mean?
No, well, to get this, you say you also donate, like they give out scholarships to certain.
Oh, yes. Well, our 4 clubs, each of the 4 clubs do different things.
Right.
The club that I belong to, we actually we give out 4 scholarships a year of $1,000 per student.
Okay.
And the way that particular one works is that we choose a student based on merit and need, and once they qualify and they win for that year, they get $1,000 a year for 4 years.
Okay.
Once they maintain a 3.0 average in college.
Right.
And we make out the check to the college, so it goes
It goes
straight to the college, towards their
Okay.
tuition. So it's theoretically, once they do what they're supposed to do, and the school that they go to, they would get $4,000 towards their
Towards
their
edu-
tuition.
tuition. Okay.
We have a new one. It's the Aquin
Throw the book.
Scholarship.
Okay.
And what we do is Aquin Financial, they've donated $20,000.
Okay.
And we give one student a $20,000 scholarship. So they get $5,000 a
A
year.
year.
For 4 years.
Okay. Do you have any specification, like you have to come back home to do any work or anything like
Not that I know of, no. But
Okay.
it goes towards their school.
that? To schooling.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Now, we give out 2 scholarships from the Rotary Club of St. Croix, and they have to study something in the forensic science.
Okay.
And what we do is we ask them if they're coming home for the summer to please come and meet with us and tell us what has gone on. And we get letters and cards from them saying, thank you, your money was useful, and this is what we're doing.
Right.
But just on another note with the polio,
Yes.
the worldwide network of Rotary is set up to deal with polio. That whole organization that they use with polio will be used with other diseases when polio is gone.
Okay.
So the worldwide network that they have is so great that the next disease that comes, they'll use
They're ready
that same
to go,
plan
right,
to
gotcha.
eradicate it. It was used in Nigeria to stop Ebola. So, they know what they're doing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should say, we know what we do.
Yeah, we do. We do.
And as far as when we donate to the foundation,
Right.
For instance, we have something called a Paul Harris Fellow. And essentially what it is it encourages Rotarians or even non-Rotarians to donate to the foundation. And in order for one to get a Paul Harris Fellow, one needs to donate at least $1,000
Okay.
towards the foundation. And then we give you what's called, and it's an honor to give you a Paul Harris Fellow.
Okay.
And it's actually a pin and some other things like that, and a medallion.
Okay.
And then you're also permanently on the scrolls as a Paul Harris Fellow.
Okay.
But what happens is that money goes into the foundation, and our district, which consists of 10 countries. That's the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Jamaica, Haiti, the Virgin Islands,
Grand Cayman.
Grand Cayman, St. Martin, and St. Bart's, and Tortola, excuse me. We have given, on average, about $350,000 a year from our district to the foundation.
Okay.
Every year we've gotten back about $3 million from the foundation to the district.
Okay.
A majority of it goes to Haiti,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of it is still distributed throughout the rest of the other countries.
The countries, yeah.
I know we've done some projects where $10, $15, $20, $30,000 worth of projects that they send us. We identify a need, and they approve it, and we have to put in. Our club may have to put in $1,000 or $2,000, and with certain matching funds, it comes up to $20,000, $30,000 that they kick in towards that project.
To sum up all of the money that 70-20 gives comes back tenfold.
Okay.
Full, yes.
Okay. Okay.
And for Rotary Midab, talking about foundation and monies we receive, it is my intention to apply for a grant this year for the One Way Hospital. We're thinking just maybe if we can put our act together, apply for a grant within the limits of $30,000 to get some defibrillators at the hospital.
At the hospital.
Now, yes. Of course, this takes some time putting because
Yes,
there are
yes.
some questions to be
Mhm.
asked because the foundation doesn't just give you money. You know, they're very strict. We have to have all our act together. in order
Right,
to do
right.
that. But this is one of the things I would really like to see that we, if we could get done. Because our club, the Rotary Mid-Isle,
Uh-huh.
we contribute quite a bit to the foundation. And the whole idea is you put into the foundation, but you get back.
Back, right.
And I'm saying, in as much as we have been putting in that much and for that long,
You look
I
into-
think, as I don't quite like using this word, but I think we are entitled, and we should, at this point, apply for a grant
Right.
out of this fund.
How many defibrillators you looking to put in the hospital?
I think it's about 7 or 8.
Seven.
The issue with the defibrillators, why it costs, it actually is going to probably be more than 30,000, because each defibrillator costs about $7,000.
Okay.
And with the hospital or a facility like that, you can't just go in and replace one. Okay. Now you can go in and replace one if you're replacing identical one with what they have. But if you're
okay.
getting a new system, you have to replace all of them because the thing is commonality.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Because if you have a doctor that goes into the emergency room to use the defibrillator and he's coming from the ICU, he can't be using a different piece of equipment.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
because then he may not know how to operate it.
Operated, yes.
So all of them have to be the same.
Same.
And
Okay.
You had a next issue here going on in the Rotary, women in Rotary.
Yes.
great. If I may,
Yes.
if I may say one thing, and someone may kick me for this, but if there was one black eye that Rotary had,
Uh-huh.
was that they didn't allow women in Rotary up until 30 years ago.
What?
Okay. 30 years ago, women were finally allowed into Rotary. It was a men's only club.
Ah.
And they actually used to have a separate club, which was just for women, and that was called the Inner Wheel.
Wheel.
And they still have the Inner Wheel.
Okay.
And there's still some clubs still existing that are Inner Wheel
And
clubs.
it's just ladies, that's just women?
Just ladies only, yes.
Okay.
And actually, with that, the Rotary Club of St. Croix Mid-Isle was actually formed with the intention of admitting women.
Okay.
So women were admitted, I believe, in March of 2000, were allowed to join Rotary clubs in March of 1987. So next year in March, we'll be celebrating 30 years of women in Rotary. And so if we didn't have women in Rotary, these two young ladies wouldn't be, this young lady wouldn't be here. So the other lady is off camera, so.
Right.
And for me, I've visited a few clubs.
Uh-huh.
Part of Rotary is that it's the fellowship and the camaraderie. And as a Rotarian, I can go to any club in the world and visit. I've been to a couple of clubs in foreign countries, and one that I went to in Spain was an all-male club. This is just a few years ago.
Modern, right, yeah.
And the youngest guy was probably 60. They're all doctors and attorneys and stuff like that.
Okay.
And they were thinking of admitting a woman. But this is the European system.
Yes,
Europeans are a little bit different.
Different,
They
yes.
haven't changed as much as we
We
have.
don't,
Okay.
right,
And
right.
actually, in the Caribbean, from what I understand, we have the highest percentage of women
That are
the
in
Caribbean
Rotary.
than the rest of Rotary.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's over 30. It's over 30%.
Okay.
And nationally in the States, I think it's about 25%.
Okay.
It's that high.
I think in our own club we're a little higher. The
In
clubs
our
we
own
have,
club,
we're
in our-
probably about 40,
We're over
45%.
40%. Yes.
And we're 70.
And they're almost all
So-
female.
Okay. Yes.
And it's great, and you know, it's a celebration of women in Rotary. So we've already started to celebrate.
Right.
So we're going to continue celebrating for 2016, 2017, and then really big in 2017, 2018. But having women, it's a camaraderie of women, it's wonderful to go to the other clubs and be able to talk to the other women. And we're going to take this word out, especially in Juanita Gardin and in other schools, telling the young girls, you know, this is something you can achieve as you get older, and just mentoring and assisting them, because being a Rotarian is a wonderful thing, especially in this community. We do a lot of work. And we also have a theme for every month in Rotary, and this month it is membership. So on the 18th, which is next week Thursday, a week from today, the Rotary Club of St. Croix will be meeting at the Palms, because Gertrude's is closed for vacation,
Okay.
at 12 o'clock, and we're inviting friends of Rotarians to come on out and have lunch with us. And what we're going to do is each Rotarian at the club is going to tell you their Rotary story, or one of their Rotary stories, one that, you know, really makes them feel like a Rotarian or has brought them into Rotary. So lunch is $18, and we invite you to come on out to the Palms and enjoy an hour with us next week, Thursday.
Right. Is there a special qualification to join the Rotary? Is there a qualification to join the Rotary?
Yeah, there are some. If you're interested, you need to let us know. You need to come to a meeting. We will explain to you what it takes to be a Rotarian. And if you fall into those categories, then we will tell you what it takes then.
Okay.
How many meetings you need to attend, what activities you need to do. And, you know, we have to have you fill out an application, and the board will look at it and see whether in fact you are qualified to be a Rotarian or not.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So, you know, it's not just anybody off the street. It's
Right.
something that you really have to be dedicated to. We meet every week.
Right.
So, you know, each club has a day that they meet. So it is a dedication that you have to make out of your life to be a Rotarian.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So, women in Rotary, is there, so you said it's a celebration for the rest of the year?
We're celebrating. We started to celebrate. The 30th anniversary is coming up.
Okay.
So we have begun celebrating as women in Rotary, and, you know, we're going to select a few other women and see if they're interested in coming in. We've had a few who say, you know, we'd like to
Okay.
maybe join. But just getting the word out as to what Rotarians do and what the women in Rotary do.
Right.
Okay, let me come in here.
Okay, Francois.
Like Sandra, we too observing the Rotary Membership Month. On the 31st of August, we are having what we call Bring a Friend Social.
Okay.
And this is going to be at the Caravel at 6:30.
Caravel Hotel?
Caravel Hotel,
Okay.
in the lounge out there.
Right.
And that's we're asking friends and members to bring in a potential Rotary member,
Right.
so that they can have an understanding at this venue. We will explain what is going on, what Rotary is about, and so the potential member will have an insight as to what Rotary is, along with having some fun. We're not just working folks, but also we do that with fun.
Right.
So that's going to be a fun night, a social night, where we're inviting community people to come out also.
Come on. Okay.
And talking of women in Rotary, we have to understand that the whole process is an evolving, it's changing from
Yes.
where Rotary was 110 years ago. At the outset, it was just professional and business people.
Mhm.
Paul Harris himself was an attorney.
Okay.
And you can understand, so they met after work, and the word Rotary, moving from one office to the other after work, and then for social, and later on they decide, well, beyond just socializing, that they should be doing service, and here comes the Rotary service. And then of course it was all men, and of course it took quite a while for women too, but not only women, also minorities, because remember, this was just an all-white male group.
Club, okay.
And gradually it evolves, and other
Right,
people from
right.
other part of the world became part of Rotary.
Okay.
And back to women again. Last year, here on St. Croix, we, for the first time, all four of the clubs.
It was the second time.
It was the second time that all four of the clubs were female?
Had female.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I take that back. Okay.
And just to
Oh,
give you a
okay.
little history on the women,
Right.
in 1987, On the 4th of May, the U.S. Supreme Court rules that Rotary clubs may not exclude women from membership on the basis of gender. And Rotary issues a policy statement that any Rotary club in the United States can admit qualified women into membership. And then in 1988, in November, the Rotary International Board of Directors issues a policy statement recognizing the right of Rotary clubs in Canada to admit female members based on a Canadian law similar to that upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court. And at the first meeting in 1987, the U.S. Supreme Court decision, the Council on Legislation votes to eliminate the requirement in the RI Constitution that membership in Rotary clubs be limited to men. Women are welcomed into Rotary clubs around the world. So it was a fight to get there, but we got there, and we're here to stay.
Here to stay, okay.
So is the ladies, the women that wanted to join, took them to court to make this legislation go through?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
So there were some lawsuits filed.
Right. Okay.
So for the women, is it going to be something every month, like in a unique
Well, no, we'll
event?
just be doing activities throughout the year, just informing and educating women on Rotary and everybody in general,
Okay.
and letting women know. But, you know, for us, it goes even a step further, that we want the young women to know in this community that Rotary is not just a men's organization.
Right.
It is for women also, and that you can achieve to be a Rotarian. We're starting an early group, so, you know, we're going to have young Rotarians in Juanita Gardine School. They're going to proudly wear a pin.
Yes.
Right.
And, you know, we're going to have a sign that says Rotary.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you know, we're starting from, you know, kindergarten up.
Okay.
And really teaching, and they have to do activities.
Okay.
They have to do a community activity. They have to do an international activity. So they're going to be doing a lot of things. And how it works is we set up a group, and they have officers. So we're going to teach the officers how to run a meeting. So it's going to be a task, but a task that we love, and the children are interested, and the school personnel is really happy about it. So they're going to learn about Robert's Rules of Order from really young, how to run a meeting, how to keep minutes. And then we have children from each class coming on a rotating basis to the meetings, and then they go back and tell their classmates what's happening and what the activities are. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we're going to have really early and young Rotarians.
So
in
are
this
they
community.
aware that this is going to be happening?
Oh, yes, they are.
Okay.
We've already started working with them already.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you said on the 6th of September, that's a welcoming that you want.
That's the day that school starts.
Right.
And we're asking anyone and everyone out there to please come to Juanita Gardine and help us to welcome the students back. This is a school that has not had a lot of people come out and support it.
Yes,
and it
we
is
know.
a wonderful school. Of course, you know, we know that it's surrounded by housing communities.
Yes.
A lot of those children have moved out and gone to other places. The families have.
Right.
But there's still people, and we need them to understand that. And that there are people in this community who really love them and really want to work with them and help them to become the new doctors and lawyers and accountants and secretaries
Right.
and, you know, somebody to fix my car who makes more money than we do, you know, and the air conditioning technicians,
Yes.
that it's out there and that they can do it. Just don't think that because you live in a housing community, you can't be someone. You are someone.
Gotcha.
And just to let people know, you are, you know, anyone who feels that they would like to give back to the community, Rotary is a great way to give back to the community. We do have, again, as we've said before, we do have 4 clubs on the island.
Right.
I always like to start at the beginning of the week. The first club that meets during the week is the Rotary Club of St. Croix West.
Okay.
They meet out west. They have their own clubhouse right by the Polly Joseph, by the what used to be the Polly Joseph Stadium.
Yes.
And they meet on Tuesday nights at 6:30.
Okay.
Then the next club to meet is at 7 o'clock in the morning at Gertrude's. That's Rotary Club of St. Croix Mid-Isle. And then on Wednesday afternoon at 5:30 is the Harborside Club.
Okay.
They meet at they used to meet at the Brew Pub. Once I find out where they meet now, because the Brew Pub I think has been closed,
Okay.
and from what I understand, they're going to be, at least for now, they'll be meeting at 40 Strand Street.
Okay.
And then the fourth club is the Rotary Club of St. Croix, which is the oldest club on the island. They meet on Thursdays at noon at Gertrude's also.
Okay.
The oldest club is the Rotary Club of St. Croix, and they were chartered in October 25th, 1958.
Okay.
I won't get into the dates, but then the next club is the St. Croix West Club. They were chartered in 1968.
Okay.
And then Rotary Club of St. Croix Mid-Isle, which I said before was chartered in 1988.
Okay.
And then Harborside in 1996.
Okay.
The oldest club is in the Virgin Islands, is actually in St. Thomas, and they were chartered in 1957.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, like, a small island like St. Croix have 4 different clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a reason for that?
One of the things with Rotary clubs is oftentimes a community will have more than one club, because for example, for you, meeting at noon may not be a good may not work out for you. One of the reasons why I'm Mid-Isle Club, I work in the healthcare industry. Once my day starts going, it's hard to leave.
Gotcha.
So once I get it out of the way at 7 o'clock in the morning, which a lot of people don't agree with, they they don't wake up that early, like some people I know. They don't do things.
Don't call no names.
Fortunately, that's off camera. But anyway, they don't do well early in the morning.
Right.
But and they wonder how it is we're so bubbly at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
It's the coffee.
Gotcha.
But again, so that more people can be accommodated. You have a club that meets at 5:30 in the afternoon.
Right.
On a Wednesday in the middle of Christiansted. It's good for certain people.
Gotcha.
It might be hard for somebody who lives out in Frederiksted to make it to Christiansted, and vice versa. That being said, all the 4 clubs, we tend to work together on different projects. We have our own projects, but then we have other projects that we do together.
So let me talk about projects a little bit, Paul. Let me plug in my own club. One of the things you'll find out is that Rotary International, the clubs is more like a franchise, if you will.
Okay.
In other words, you get the same menu. You get the same menu for all the clubs. For instance, the avenue of service. We have vocational, the youth services, community service. So for whatever one club does for Sandra, for instance, talking about youth and education, our club does the same thing.
Gotcha.
Maybe we do a different
activity,
but basically within that same scope of
right.
For instance, for a school, we have a backpack for our coming year. We have been doing that for CASA, where this morning I was asked to remind our members that everybody brings in some pencils and notebooks and pens and rulers. So we are getting those bags, and we will pack them up with the supplies for schools and
Gotcha.
for those people, for those children who cannot afford. So that will go towards them. And we talk about the young generations. We have Interact, Early Act, and Rotary Act, and we also sponsor some of those youth development also.
What club? What part of the island your club is, Francois, again?
Beg your pardon?
What part of the island is your club at?
Mid-Island.
Your Mid-Island.
More or less.
So you
Yes,
two are the same
yes,
club?
we're in the same club.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, we meet, as I said, we meet at Gertrude's also.
Okay.
But we meet
At
7 o'clock in the
10 in the
morning.
morning.
Okay.
On Wednesdays.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Sandra, you're awfully quiet over there.
I'm letting Francois talk. I've been here before.
Again, the nice thing, in addition to giving back to the community, we do a lot of fun things. For instance, the different clubs, we usually have fellowship activities. Sometimes we may have a house party, or we've gone out on a sunset cruise, sunset sail. These are activities that are self-funded, and that we do for the good of the club.
Okay.
And again, one of the fun things for me to do is to visit other clubs outside of St. Croix.
St. Croix, okay.
And to see how they operate, You know, again, it was interesting. I went to a club in Spain, and it was 35 members. You know, the average age was probably close to 60 or 70,
Right.
and nothing but men. And they met at 9 o'clock at night. And I don't
You met
know
at
whether
what
it was-
time?
9
I'm
o'clock.
sorry,
at
9
night.
o'clock?
9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Now, I don't know whether we stayed that long because my wife and I, and this was 15 years ago, so I was much younger. My wife and I were much younger, and
Right,
so we were like almost young enough to be their kids.
Okay.
And we were put at the head of the table. My wife was treated like a queen because she was the only female in the room.
Yes.
And you know, we had to dress up.
Okay.
I had to actually go and buy a suit and tie
Okay.
to go to this meeting, and it was a 3-course meal. And if you come to the St. Croix Club, I believe it's $18 to go and visit the
Right.
club. If you come to our club, I believe it's $16 or $17 to visit
Okay.
as a visiting Rotarian.
Yes.
That's how much it costs.
Okay.
This
But
was almost 15 years ago, and I had to pay $60 for each of us.
For
So
her.
$120 for my wife and I to go to this club,
So,
Okay.
and that was their standard charge.
yes.
Okay.
Every club is different. I know there are clubs down in St. Martin that you may pay $35, $40 to go to visit.
Gotcha.
But again, you know, it's all depends on their venue, and also it depends on, you know, where you are, of course. This was in Spain at the time, and it was, you know, you're talking about the Euro,
You're all right.
as
right.
well as it was a dinner club, you know, 3-course meal,
Right.
so it's pretty expensive, and it was in a 4 or 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does Rotary have like permanent structures? You know, you guys meet at different places, but does Rotary have like a permanent structure?
Not really. I know the Club One, which is in Chicago. Club One is like the mother club, if you will, and they are located in. I don't believe they own the building,
Okay.
but it's in. I think they lease most of the building there
Okay.
because that's where their headquarters are.
Okay.
And that particular club I went to, I believe it was $35 to go to the club. It was a noon. It was a noon club.
Right.
The dress was semi-formal. I guess you could say semi-formal. You know, sport jacket at least. And they had 300 members.
Okay.
Which at any given time it's normally only about 150 that would go,
Sure. Right.
because a lot of the members were actually, you know, traveling. You know, they're there maybe half the year and stuff like that.
Okay.
Our clubs are the largest club right now on St. Croix is the St. Croix Mid-Isle Club. We have 36 members. The West Club, I believe they have 27 members. And then Harborside and the St. Croix Club, they each have about 11 or 12 members.
We have 11 members. We inducted a new person today.
Great.
And he is a young man who was an interactor at the Good Hope School, which we had the charter for years ago.
Right.
So this is a young man who's gone through the high school Rotary
Yes. Yes.
system and now has come back, is working on his MBA and has his own company, and today he was inducted into our club. And it feels good to have someone that we worked with as a teenager
Right.
and someone who has come back and is so positive about giving back to the community that he lives in. So
Yes.
Kai, thank you, and we welcome you to the Rotary family. And we're all a family. We all go to each other's clubs.
Right.
We go to different functions. We belong to a club, but we're all Rotarians.
Yes.
And we all believe in the same thing, in giving back and doing for our community. The 4 clubs together, we do planners for 5th and 6th graders. So in September, we're going to be giving out, all of the clubs are going to get together and members are going to go to the schools and we're going to give out planners to the children in all the schools. Now, there's one school, Ricardo Richards, they do their own planners.
Okay.
So our club applied for a grant and we got the money to purchase those planners.
Nice.
Okay.
So we're really happy about that.
Yes.
So we were able to help them,
Help
and now
them
they
out.
can use that money to do something,
Something else. Yes.
And one thing is, as assistant district governor, I'm kind of over the 4 clubs. I must commend all of them, all 4 clubs, for the amount of work that they do in the community.
Community.
And especially the I'm supposed to be partial to my own club, but I'm not. I'm actually supposed to be equal amongst all 4 of them.
Right.
But I must commend the 2 smaller clubs because they, even despite the fact that they have less than half the members, they get as much or more done than the other clubs
Wow.
together.
Okay.
The other clubs do. So they pull their weight.
Dedication and
You
do
know,
what they got to
even,
do.
even though they're few in numbers,
Right.
they get a lot of work done.
We did
Yeah.
33 projects last year.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a lot of
Right.
projects. And just for everyone listening, we have movie in the park tomorrow in Frederickstead at Bud Hope Park. It is a free film for children, and we have books to give away free. You know, we're selling water and sodas. There's
Right.
a lady there who will be selling food items. Come on out at 5:30. We're going to have people reading, and as soon as the sun goes down, free movie for an hour and a half, and the children just have a great time. So come on out for free
Do
movie.
you know what movie?
Uh,
we're going?
Where the Wild Things Are.
Okay.
And I think the adults enjoy the movies almost more than the children
Children
because,
do.
you know, we become little kids looking at it.
Right.
So come on out tomorrow at 5:30, 6 o'clock. Come on out, get some books, hear a story being read, and then look at a movie. It's all free.
So you wanted to say something?
Yes, always. Talking of Rotary, one of the theme for this year, the international theme, every year,
Right.
every president has a theme
Right.
for direction and to motivate the folks to work out there. And this one is Rotary serving humanity. And I think it is a good theme as we have had, and it brings us back to base, because in essence, that is the origin of Rotary.
Right.
Serving the less fortunate. So all of the activities we do here is in essence to help the less fortunate ones. You've heard, like in our international grant and the foundation, how much goes to Haiti. I think within our district, I think Haiti is probably one of the poorest of the countries, and so there's quite an outpour from the
Goes.
international, both statewide and otherwise, pouring into Haiti. The object or the objective there, helping humanity, those who are in great need. And for ours here, we do the same thing, reaching
Right.
out to the kids, reaching out to the patients in the hospital. For instance, one of the projects we're going to do here is reaching out to My Brother's Table. Maybe you have heard of it.
Yes, we know
Yes.
them. Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, this coming Wednesday, the pastor, the director of that program, will be our guest speaker. That's for the second time. He was there sometime last year.
Okay.
I think the students he has there, they will be in with some of the products, because they do
The
artwork
baking
and
and
other things
artwork?
over there.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever the craft over there. And so they will be having that on display. So Sandra, you're free to come in and see what's going on and have breakfast for us as always, and so is Liz.
Okay.
And
If you can wake up early enough.
what is that? If Liz can wake up early. Yeah. And despite the fact that we meet early in the morning, I don't know, it's quite a bit of fun, honestly.
It is. It
Right.
is.
7 o'clock, I don't know where people get it. And maybe it's the coffee that we get that morning. People are just kicking and laughing, and you won't imagine how active people are at this time.
Okay.
So one of these days, you guys dropping by, we'll be glad to
Right.
have breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, when I went to the club in Spain, that was one of their questions. Like, 7 o'clock in the morning, is the sun up?
And we also spoke about the cost of, and this too has come. There are lots of changes. Rotary is going through quite a bit of changes, and right now I think Rotary West, they do not charge for the dinner. I don't think they do dinner anymore.
No dinner.
No.
And there are a few clubs over in St. Thomas, I think, have eliminated the luncheon. They have a meeting. Now, we call ours a breakfast meeting. Now, you can have a Rotary meeting without necessarily a lunch or breakfast.
Gotcha.
I mean, I know one club I read someplace up in the States, they meet twice a month. Once is just social. They meet at a bar, they eat and drink, and at your free. I mean, if you want to eat, you eat. If you want to drink, you drink. And then they have the formal club, the formal meeting. So all of that, in some sense, can help to reduce the cost of people joining, because you have to pay for the meals, $35. It adds up if you meet every week.
Right.
It can add up to some money.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. You guys, anything else you want to wrap it up, and anything you want to give out, your emails, your phone numbers?
Well,
where you
the
could
only
be
thing I
reached?
would say is that there are different levels of persons coming into Rotary Club. So you can have an associate member, you can have a full-fledged member. So anyone who's interested, give us a call or go on our Facebook page and send us a message, and we can give you the information as to what the different tiers are.
Okay.
So that you can come in. For some people, they might not be able to afford the full-fledged price, but they'd love to be an associate, or you'd love to be a friend of Rotary. So, contact any of us. We all have meetings at different times, so it's whichever one is more conducive to your lifestyle.
To your schedule,
and
yeah.
your schedule.
For our club, one of the criteria in Rotary is that a member or members have what we call integrity, that is, and so is the club, and to develop trust within the community.
Right.
Now, our club right now, Diageo has been giving us some money, some $15,000 to give school aid, just for school. That's not scholarship now, to assist in the public schools. And they have entrusted us because they trust that Rotary is
Going to do the right thing.
Club of
Reputable,
integrity.
yeah.
I mean, they give us the money, we'll spend it as is directed, as is requested.
Right.
So this will be going to the schools. And also one of the other projects we have, and I think it's a worthwhile one, it is, they call it a hunger banquet that the University of the Virgin Islands gives once a year. And what it does is to show the students, the young kids from throughout the schools, not just at the university level students, what it is like to be without a meal, sitting down and watching other people having a free 4-course meal, whereas others don't have it, so that they can appreciate what it is,
They have.
the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to this year to sponsoring this program also.
Okay.
And they sponsor that, and then we assist in sponsoring the farm-to-table lunch.
Okay.
Where the students in the morning they visit like 4 or 5 farms, and then whatever produce those farms have has been cooked for lunch. So they have no idea what they're eating. They just come, they sit down, and we paid for a table last year of 8 students so that they could have lunch, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, I
it was
remember that.
amazing to sit with the children and just eat. We were out at the Lowett's Museum. Some of them had never been there.
Right.
So again, it's 2 different activities,
Jeez.
but we're working with children and hunger.
Yes. Great. Okay.
All right. So our guest tonight, Rotary Clubs of St. Croix. Got to make sure I get the S in there. Clubs of St. Croix. So you have St. Croix. You have Rotary Club St. Croix, Rotary West, Rotary Mid-Isle, and Rotary Harbor Side.
Correct.
And many events coming up here over the next several months, I guess is the safest way to put that. The clock tower, lighting, women in Rotary. What else we got here?
Adopting Juanita Gardine, which is
Juanita Gardine.
Yeah,
school starts September 6th. So anybody free and available, come out, support the children. We want everybody come out. That's a very
And
big
then, of
thing.
course, Francois didn't talk. They also do feeding the less fortunate on Saturday mornings. And we're
the lighthouse,
going
yes.
the lighthouse.
Okay.
They do that
Okay.
along with Harborside.
Right.
And then we have a health fair coming up November
1st.
1st in Grove Place.
Okay.
With the we do our annual health fair, so we'll be out there assisting persons in that community.
Okay.
Great. Oh, and Bull and Bread Day.
On Bull and Bread
Bull
Day,
and
we're
Bread
going to
Day,
be
yes.
there with the big health
Okay.
van.
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, that coincides with, again, back to our district governor. Part of his responsibility each year, it's a new district governor each year,
Right.
is to visit each and every one of the clubs in the district. And there are 84 clubs in the district. He's got to visit each and every one of them
Within a year?
within 6 months. He's got to do it before the end of December.
Okay.
Okay, and he's actually coming to visit us on November 1st.
Okay.
So he will be at the
The Liberty Day celebration.
Liberty Day
Okay.
ceremonies. So he'll be there late in the afternoon because he gets in the afternoon that afternoon. So he'll be visiting all 4 clubs for that week.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay?
And he also visits activities that we do.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can take him out to see
what,
one
yeah.
of the activities that you do.
Okay.
Or one of the places that you're fixing, you know.
Okay.
You've got the little square right there by Pueblo, that
Yeah,
mid-aisle.
the triangle,
The
yes.
triangle
Right.
that they clean and keep beautiful with all the flowers.
Flowers.
So there's a lot of things that we do.
Yeah, and this will be renamed. We'll be putting a new signage over there, and it will be a Rotary Peace Garden that we will designate that area
Okay.
for, and keep on maintaining it and keeping it up.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank
Rotary
you for
Clubs.
having
Thank
us.
Rotary Clubs of
teams
St.
are
Croix.
very busy. They keep the community active and engaged. So keep doing what you guys doing, man. You
Keep
know.
educating and informing.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, guys. Soup, any final words?
I wish you all the best of success of whatever you all do. Continue to do what you're doing. What I love to say, one perfect love, Jah guide and protect.
Yeah, we like to say one perfect love is our prayers and his blessings. When you put it all together, you get one perfect love. So on that note, we're out until next week, Tuesday. You guys have a great weekend. Rotary Club, once again, thank you guys for coming in and sharing what you guys are doing for the rest of the year and into next year. Thanks a lot. We're out. This is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Our website is streaming live from the VI.com. We also have streaming live from the VI.com radio. We'll see you guys later. Be safe. We're
Remember, it's
out.
hurricane season,
Thank
so
you.
take all precautions that you need
Thank
to
you.
take.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
We're out.
Peace.
Peace.